Hundreds of grisly photos of underworld beatings and mutilations have been swept up by Spanish cops as part of their probe into the Lyons gang. Details of the grim discovery emerged as part of the investigation by the elite Guardia Civil who smashed the Glasgow mob's Costa Del Sol operations. It's claimed the images were unearthed as part of a raid on a flat which was used by high-ranking members of the notorious gang, headed up by Lyons. We told how Lyons is now being held by military police in the Netherlands. He was paraded in an orange jumpsuit after being captured last month when he flew into Bali in Indonesia. The mobster faces a court hearing in Amsterdam in June, ahead of extradition to Spain to face allegations of laundering £26 million. Spanish authorities revealed they are still hunting several fugitives following their Lyons gang takedown, as court officials described them as being all foreigners were under investigation in Spain, but only 7 suspects have been arrested there so far. The Civil Guard released spectacular footage last week showing heavily armed officers smashing down doors with battering rams as they dubbed his gang a highly sophisticated criminal organisation characterised by violence. And we can also reveal how another female associate of the Lyons gang was arrested. Stephen Lyons' sister-in-law, Becky Hayes, she was detained by cops along with his wife Amanda Lyons as part of the huge police probe. It's understood Spanish cops found around 200 pictures said to document bloody attacks. One shows a man's beaten face, another with horror cuts and a bruised face. Investigators are also thought to be in possession of one image that shows a man's arm impaled on a fence, as well as reports of one showing remains in a machine. The raid in the apartment took place on the 27th of March in Fuengirola, the southern Spanish town where Lyons gang duo Ross Monaghan and Eddie Lyons Jr. were shot dead last year. Suspected hitman Michael Riley, who's 44 and from Huyton in Liverpool, was later arrested and extradited from the UK to face trial over the murders. One well-placed source said about the photos they were found inside a piece of furniture in an apartment which was being used as a meeting place by suspected members of the gang. People were constantly going in and out of the property, which was a very large apartment formed out of 3 initial properties which were made into one. They were pretty awful photos, to be honest. They showed broken arms, part of an arm in a mincing machine, and victims with bad head wounds. The horrifying details emerged after we revealed that cops probing an alleged Kinahan clan banker with links to the El Mob have pinpointed new suspects. The investigation in Spain into Johnny Morrissey has now been widened to include 20 suspects with 10 located. A spokesman for Andalusia's High Court of Justice said it's a very complex money laundering case due to all the international connections, but the investigation has progressed. Scots kingpin Lyons and his wife Amanda remain in custody after raids last month. Amanda was arrested by United Arab Emirates authorities at the international airport of Dubai as part of the operation. Her sister Becky Hayes and a man named Dean McFeely were also detained. Lyons is said to have relied on the services of vodka firm boss Morrissey. Morrissey and his Scots wife Nicola were arrested in Marbella in 2022, then released on bail. And Irish cartel chief Daniel Kinahan was held in Dubai last week. Cops swooped on the Irish gang boss following a 48-hour surveillance operation. Kinahan could face a life sentence when he's extradited to his home country, where he is wanted for directing the organised crime group's feud with rival hoods. The US had put a $5 million bounty on his head in 2022. He was arrested in the United Arab Emirates city on Wednesday, but it was kept under wraps until confirmation from cops just before 5 p.m. on Friday. Sources said only a handful of officers and officials were aware of the news, and it was kept very tight.